Hello, I'm going to go over the visual perception through photography final project. So this is the instructor's introduction video to the final project learning unit. So you're first going to want to watch this video and then navigate the different contents. So what I've put together here is this is a 20-minute video showing you a bunch of different examples from previous times that I've taught photography and students' work. So hopefully this will be a source of inspiration for you to think about what kind of images you want to make for your final project. This is a link to just a helpful PDF of basically the opportunity to read a little bit about portfolios that sell. It's written from the perspective of an art agent, so that's someone who would be selling a portfolio to, Target or whomever. So you can glance through and check out the ideas that are presented here. It might be helpful. These are the different lists from the learning units, and so these will take you to the list that I've created with different photographers and artists to use as a source of inspiration. And you'll also be reflecting back on these lists for one of the final project homework that you'll need to submit. So it's a good opportunity to go back through and revisit some of the cool artists that I've introduced you to over the semester, again, as a source of inspiration and as a source of creative information. So those are available. I also added a couple of specific artists that are kind of some of my favorite artists. And so again, this is just information for you to use as inspiration, learning more about these different photographers that, I might have covered. I might be introducing them to you for the first time. Cindy Sherman is a really interesting artist who has worked with the concept of self-portraiture for many years. So if that's something you want to explore, Uta Bart is someone who her work is really about perception and personal perception of light and composition. So very different from Cindy Sherman. Uta Bart's work is really beautiful and quiet and thoughtful and contemplative, very different than the subject matter that some of the other artists might explore. Carme Weems is another really interesting photographer. So I've got a couple of videos where she's talking about her work, and she's not only a photographer, she's also an educator, and she does theater work, and she's ventured out into doing installation and video. But the subject matter around the narrative forms and social documentary, self-portraiture, oral history, her work is, I think, really important and interesting. So I wanted to give you another source of inspiration. And then this is just a series that I found on Amazon Prime, if that's something that you have. This is, again, not required. I'm just trying to share with you all these different resources to get access to how different photographers use photography as a source of visual communication. So if you want to check that out, you can. But like I said, it's just here as a source of information. A bunch of helpful links. And then, so basically there are 3 homework projects for the final learning unit, the final project learning unit. One of them is an artist inspiration reflection. And so you're going to want to watch this 4-minute video where I go over the details. But basically you're going to pick a photographer from this list, well, from these 4 different lists that I've included here. And I think from those 4 different lists, there's at least 100 to 150 photographers to choose from. And you're going to write a reflective essay, and you're going to want to follow these prompts. So, and respond to one of your classmates' posts. And I included a prompt to get you started with for your classmates' posts. So you can go over the details. It's all included in this video. And then the final project. So this is your final project photo submission, your creative project, where I'm asking you to do a series of 4 to 6 images. Of course, you're going to want to watch this 7-minute video where I go into the details and the requirements for this final project. But basically, you're going to be picking one of the learning units as a source of inspiration. So maybe you want to go back and work more with photographic diptychs, or maybe you want to do something with music and photography. And then you're going to apply these prompts to the essay that you'll be submitting with the photographs. So be sure to review this video and then let me know if you have any questions. And then your last discussion post is going to be a peer evaluation. So you're going to pick one of your classmates' final project series, and then you're going to write a reflective essay responding to these 8 prompts. And again, in this 8-minute video, I go over all the details of the requirements. So you should watch that. But after you've watched it, if you have any questions, just send me an email and I'll be happy to try and explain everything to you. So that gives you a sense of what the final learning unit is about regarding your final project and the things that you need to cover. Be sure to reflect back on all the different learning units and use the language that I've been presenting to you in your final project essay. Think about what kind of a message you want to communicate in your images, where you're going to take them, if you're going to get someone to help you, what kind of lighting. It's a good time for you to revisit some of the concepts that we've explored over this course, and then make photographs that reflect some of the concepts that you've learned. So keep me posted with any questions. Thanks.